All right, I got Brandon Rhymes, my friend from Tampa Bay, the MVP consumer quarterback with us. Thank you for joining today on the Lone Ranger radio show. Brandon is down in the Tampa Bay area. He and I do a bunch of business down there, and he's got an eye on the pulse of what's going on in the Tampa Bay area. So thanks for joining the Lone Ranger radio show today.
Hey, it's my pleasure, man. I love it. I love the footprint you built with your Lone Ranger show and all the places you're in, multiple channels. And it's a pleasure to be on the show, man.
Cool, cool. Hey, listen, I need 5 reasons for that,
Okay.
or 5 things that people should know about buying property today. Doesn't have to be in the Tampa Bay area, but what are 5 things that they should be aware of?
Sure. Yeah. I want to start with just a general overall statement. I think right now, if you look at most counties, it's a balanced market. So we're looking at a balanced market right now. And and if you think about what a balanced market is, when you look at between 5 and 7 months of inventory, that's a fair playing field for everybody. It's not like it
Absolutely.
used to be.
I
So
agree.
it's not how it was in '08 with the meltdown where the buyers had,
No
the
control.
advantage.
Buyers had,
So
yeah, or the buyers had no control like they did during COVID.
Yep. Yep. So what I'm seeing right now is people that are winning, people that are buying are able to negotiate really good deals. And if you're working with a seller that earnestly wants to sell, they want to be closer to work, closer to the beach, closer to a job, whatever it might be. A lot of people are moving out of more populated counties like Pinellas County, where I live, over toward the coast. They're moving out of those counties to go north. They're saying, hey, give me some more land. I want maybe not 40 acres and a mule, but they want a little bit more land. So that's
People
what I'm
want a
seeing in
little
my
bit of
neck of the
room to
woods.
stretch out. It's funny you say that. A lot of people just don't want that traditional type of HOA community where you're right next door to your neighbor. So we got a balanced market is number one. That puts buyers a little bit more in control. But we're seeing it's really different. I think it's a schizophrenic market because I got one community that the house is on the market for one day. I got a community down the street, the house is on the market for 65 days. So it really just depends on where you are. But I think that gets buyers a little bit more control. So, number two, let's talk about seller concessions for buyers.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big deal. If you have a good negotiator as your realtor and he's representing you, he or she, when you are negotiating, and you can look at a lot of the properties, let's face it, as listing agents, we have 50 current listings right now, and some of our listings are on the market longer than others. And when you see that days on market up, you're seeing that people are willing to give concessions in the form of seller concessions, and meaning that instead of selling the house, to use a round number, easy explanation for folks out there that maybe haven't bought or sold in a while, let's just say it's $100,000 home. And you say, look, I'd like to get 3% seller concessions. That's $3,000. So
For $100,000.
ultimately,
Yeah.
yep, off of $100,000 purchase price. So you're saying to that seller, hey, look, I need a little help with some prepaids. I need help with some down closing costs. I don't have as much in reserves, or I'd just like to keep my money in reserves. It's always a good idea to have that extra money in the bank. So that's what we're talking about, is you're able to negotiate those terms. And we've done some deals with Bruce, and his team is awesome to work with, because it really matters when you're looking at having the right mortgage team, the right real estate agent. I'm a certified negotiation expert, so I take great pride. I
Well, I
mean, I've
want to
taken
get to
extra
that in just a
classes.
minute because that's another question. But
Yeah.
for the concessions, I like concessions being paid by a seller because it's less money out of pocket. So I'd rather negotiate personally a little bit more in seller concessions for my buyers than I would reduction of sales price. So I think, and it's important that you talk to the lender, discuss that, because if you're tight on cash to close, concessions can be a big deal. And if affordability is a big issue, then maybe a buy down, like a 1-1 or a 2-1 buy down, to give you a much lower rate at the beginning. All right,
Yeah.
number three, insurance.
Yeah. So what I do on my show, the Consumer Quarterback Show, I've been on air for 11 years now, also on major networks. We're on a 102.5 The Bone together, and I'm also on 860 The Answer. And when you think about insurance updates, I've been talking to my insurance expert, interviewing him on the show, and actually just about to head and do another interview today with him at the studio. He's telling me, hey, look, all of the things that the state legislature was putting together 18 months ago, 24 months ago, is now starting to take effect, Bruce. We're seeing more more insurance companies coming back in the state. We're actually seeing some policy premiums go down. So
Isn't that
that is
great?
starting to stabilize. And I think that that's another good factor, a promising factor for the longevity of Florida real estate.
That's a great thing. So we got insurance is starting to come down a little bit. Listen, folks, don't expect that it's going to come down much. What we don't want to, what we want to happen is that it doesn't continue to go up. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is I don't think people pick their real estate agents the right way. And I have a referral program called the Lone Ranger Real Estate Rebate Program, where I have clients that come to me that need a great real estate agent, but they don't know how to pick a real estate agent. I
Yeah.
think most people are picking people that they like or that they know or their boss's wife or their wife's best friend, and they're really nice people. But what's the number one thing that people should be looking for in a real estate agent?
Yeah, I would say track record and negotiation strategy. Those are going to stick out. If you're on the listing side, marketing strategy. What are you doing in addition to the basic and traditional marketing that every other real estate company does? Okay, we all do professional photography. We all put it on MLS. That's going to syndicate it out to Zillow, Realtor.com, et cetera. But what are they doing outside of that? Are they hosting open houses? Are they doing brokers opens? How much money? Ask them, how much money are you going to spend on marketing my property? We spend about 1 full point. So if it's a
Right.
$300,000 home, $3,000 roughly is going directly into marketing. So you want to make sure you're working with an agency and a team that has a track record. They can negotiate your terms because this is a business deal. This is a business decision.
And you
It's,
have to treat it as such. It's
that
an
is-
emotional decision, even though a lot of people bring that emotion to it. So we got insurances coming down.
Yep.
It's a balanced market in some areas. It's a seller's market in some areas. It's a
Yep.
buyer's market in some areas, but buyers are in control. And then the last thing here is down payment assistance for those people that need it. We got Hometown Heroes coming back. There are down payment assistance programs available. Do you work with buyers that need down payment assistance?
Absolutely. We're going to work with everybody. We're going to help you win in any marketplace. That's our tagline. And we love working with Bruce and his team because it's all about communication. If we're all communicating, and if you look at any relationship, could be
A
a
marriage,
significant other, communication is key. So text messaging on the weekends, we have
ask our
conversations.
wives, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And you got
All
to,
right, Brandon,
so
give
that's
out your
it.
phone number. Brandon Rhymes, the consumer quarterback, Keller Williams, MVP team. How do they reach you, my friend?
Yes, sir. 813-917-1894. Brimes at kw.com.
Say that phone number one more
813-917.
time. One more
Yep.
time on that number.
917-1894 Tampa number, and brimes at kw.com.
Brandon Rhymes, thanks for joining me on the Lone Ranger Show. Appreciate you very much.
By the way, hey, if the underwriters give you a hard time, just let me know. I'll get my whip out on them, Bruce. All
All
right.
right, you got it. So listen, you can always tune in to my YouTube channel of Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger, and you can watch this in person. You can see Brandon with his cowboy hat and his whip. So thanks, Brandon Rhymes. Appreciate you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks, Bruce. You too, buddy. Take care.